Cole Jones, thanks for joining us on the MSUM Dragons podcast today. How you doing?
Living the dream as usual.
Living the dream, working hard as you just got done telling me about your workouts for the day. But your experience here at MSUM, and we like to talk about things here that are more than the game and more than the match in this case. Your experience here at MSUM has been a unique one with some ups and some downs and some backups. Tell us a little bit about your kind of path to coming to MSUM and why you chose this place to spend your wrestling and academic career.
I'd say a big part of it was knowing some of the guys that were on the team prior to coming here. And I knew a couple of the guys that were going to be coming in the same year as me, as well as the coaches being around my same weight. I knew that they could get me to where I wanted to be. So, yeah.
Where did you want to be? Because your career here started off with I think it's your sophomore year All-American, second year in, and then we had some injuries that kind of came into the middle of all of that. So, what was that like coming in with such a high and then battling through the knee?
Definitely got some momentum rolling, and then the knee put a little halt on that, but I kept pushing forward and felt like I got to a pretty good spot. And then COVID kind of came into play, and it's just been kind of back and forth, but I'm doing what I can.
What's it like now? You mentioned the guys that were there, the guys that were coming in senior year. What's it like to kind of be that team leader? And injuries is just kind of a part of, especially the sport of wrestling. It just happens. What's it been like for you to kind of be the example of kind of how to handle it, how to come back from it with the guys in the room?
Well, one thing I've always preached is control what you can control. And obviously something like injuries you can't control. So keeping a positive attitude, knowing that you can't change it. So you move forward with a positive attitude, and do what you can to get back on the mat as fast as possible and be there for your teammates and setting the right example for other guys and the freshmen that come in, showing them the right way to do things. And
it's hard to show them how to do it. What are kind of some of the things you're telling them? What encouraging them? Because I know you've gotten close with some of the younger guys on the team. Tell me what it's like to what are you telling these guys on what to expect for their career as you start to kind of wrap up yours?
That a lot of the things that we do in preparation for competition and the region tournament coming up, those things are gonna suck, and it's not fun a lot of times, and it's a long season, and you're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have days when you don't want to go in, and those are the days that you need to go in. And I tell them all the time that I hated going in and hard drilling in the 2-hour practices, how wearing they are on your body, but I've found success and try to instill in them that it's worth it. And nothing worth it comes easy. So and I also try to instill in them to enjoy it, like taking it day by day. Yeah, it's hard work and it's a lot on your plate, but if you go in with the right attitude and you're trying to make the most of it, it can be a really fun experience, and you meet a lot of good guys and create friendships that will last a lifetime. So
Yeah, when I was looking through the list of people who exemplify what it means to kind of be a Dragon, to be there for your teammates, to be there for your other Dragons as you are, we see at pretty much everything. And every time you're talking, you're chatting up all your other teammates as in Dragonland. What is the bigger family, your team, obviously, but what is the bigger family of Dragon athletics meant to kind of you over these last few years?
well, I've always kind of been a hype man for other sports, and I like to get involved in all of athletics across the board, because I do like to recognize other people that are working hard and having success, and promoting Dragon athletics as a whole. And I think it's good for sports to come together and support each other, and we can all push each other to get to where we need to be and have fun in the process.
Yeah, it's one thing to say it and it's another to do it. And you've walked the walk instead of just talking the talk. And you were at the SAC table on Saturday promoting Make-A-Wish, and so you're involved in some of those as a leader for your wrestling team and all of our Dragon student athletes. So I thank you for that. What's it going to be like to have this Super Region 5 at home again? I know we've hosted before in your career, but talk about this upcoming we'll get a little bit into the match kind of side of things, but what's it going to be like to have this event at home?
It's always nice to be in front of a home crowd and competing in front of friends and family. And I always seem to find an extra gear when I'm in NEMSIC, so that's a plus. And yeah, it's nice to be at home where you're familiar with the atmosphere, and you're so used to competing in that place. And I think it's definitely working in our favor.
Now, I know you're biased, but I think we do a pretty darn good job of putting on a fairly good meet with all the things going on. And, we're excited to wrap up the home season, part of the season. And I know you like to have a little fun with the crowd after a win, as all of our Instagram videos tend to show. But you can just see it in your eyes how much you love this stuff and how much you enjoy it. Everywhere you are, with all the sports you're at, the sports you compete in, the sport you compete in. And, like you said, trying to keep a positive attitude and controlling the things you can control, two things that are also near and dear to my heart. But, how do you continue to maintain a positive attitude after all the years you've put into your body and trying to, those bad days, those tough days, the rehabs, the extra workouts? Because I've seen, I get to see what everybody doesn't see. I get to see you come in early and riding the bike. When the bikes were pushed up against the sidewall in NEMSIC, putting in those extra hours that nobody else sees. That's my favorite part of just walking through, is I get to see those people who want to put in what it takes to be great. And not a lot of people understand the difference between being a competitor and doing all those little things and what it takes to be great at what you do. And I've seen you do it time and time again, but also do it with such a positive attitude. And I, as a fan, as someone involved in it, I just want to say thanks for all those hard days, for all those extra days, extra hours, painful moments. You've given us a lot to celebrate and in the past, and I'm sure a lot more to celebrate in the upcoming weeks and future as we follow you along as fans after your time here at MSUM, man. So just thanks for making the time today on the podcast, and good luck this weekend at the Super Region 5 Championships.
Thanks, Webby.